that's just me. So, Charles, anybody try to out-black you?
No one's ever tried to out-black me.
Okay.
But I've always had the issue of because I grew up kind of middle class, and then, I kind of hung out with some cats that were kind of unsavory, But,
unsavory.
Yeah, and they always be like, oh, well, you got like this, and your first car was a Volkswagen Golf, mine was a Dodge Dart and shit like that, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be embarrassed of that, but
I got a Dodge Dart.
Had good shit. I mean, you're not gonna fucking piss me off on that shit. So I was like, hey man, I just had it lucky, man. But I don't look down on anybody, So, but when they come to me with stuff like that, I was like, well, dude, I mean, does that make our friendship less or more? When you kind of do all that, we have to say, oh, well, Chuck ain't got to deal with all that stuff. I was like, you're right, man. I don't give a fuck if you do it. I don't care, and so it's like. Well, and then they want to come over to your house and be like, oh, what you got to rate? You ain't coming to my shit. I had cats come over my house and steal shit. And I was like, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. And never let them come back over again. I was like, So, those are all black, but they kind of try to make you feel bad that you had good shit growing up, So, but fuck them.
Honestly.
So, Igwell, Jay, how about you? Anybody try to black?
Always. It was always, because I had both my parents and my grades were impeccable. I had to do grades because I was always fighting, so I had to have a reason to outwit a principal's office. They'd be like, you in here fighting? I'd be like, can you believe it? I'm just as shocked as you are. You got a 4.2 GPA. That's what I'm talking about. But it was always black girls trying to out-black me because I was in like the oceanography program and all that kind of stuff. It was just, and that was the only program they had for the grades. And it was like for 3.1 to 3.2 you in this program, 3.2 to 3.5 in this program. Okay, well my grades are good, so I can only be in this one program.
Oceanography.
I'm not gonna get in the submarine anytime soon. So that was an oceanography program, and it was always black girls always question me because I never knew how to do baby hair, and I didn't know how to do baby hair. No, I didn't know how to do baby hair. I didn't know how to French braid. I didn't know how to crip walk. I didn't know how to double dutch. Like I could fight. Tetherball, basketball, we could do that all day. Softball, but it was like I never knew how to do the black girl things.
Right.
So it was always like I'm either lesbian or I'm Oreo, and I'm like, damn, there's no gray area. Like I can't be not one of those things. Like you're either gay or you're white bread. And I'm like, because I don't know how to French braid. There's plenty of black people that don't know how to French braid. They wouldn't tell you because this is the backlash you get once you admit it. But
exactly.
So those were always my experiences. Is black people coming up to me, oh girl, I'm about to get my hair done. Can you do a little beehive for me? I'm like, beehive? Like, no, like, I can't do that. You better go to somebody else with braid hair for a living. That was my experience. Was that because I didn't know black activities, I didn't eat chitlins. My daddy wasn't eating that. My daddy's from Compton. He had to eat chitlins when he was a kid. So he was like, we ain't doing that. In this household, we ain't doing that. So I didn't do chitlins. We didn't have a can of bacon grease on the stove. We had a bag full of bags though, but we didn't have all the other stuff. So
is that a black thing?
That's us. Hey, we was the first recyclers, all right. Before it was reduce, reuse, recycle. Yeah, we was already doing that. You take that soda bottle, you rinse it out, and you put some tap water in it, and put it in the fridge. Okay. Okay, that's the thing. But I never had the other black activities. Black activities.
So Trista, how about you? Anybody try to black you? Just like, and what I mean by out black, I really mean that you doing you, right? But somebody's always comparing themselves to you, like you ain't down enough. That's what I really mean.
I mean, I think that in this modern society of black people, there's a subset of black people who will do that and say that this is blackness. Okay. I don't subscribe to that description of blackness. Blackness is poorness. Is that I had more struggles than you? I don't subscribe to that level of blackness because our culture was stolen from us. We were brought here as slaves, so we don't have our culture. So anyone else, they're going to out-Asian you, they're going to out-Indian you. That means cultural things to them that have been passed down for generations. Mm-hmm. We don't have that because, again, that was stolen from us, right? We have a strong history and culture, but we're not taught that here. We get a Black History Month where they teach you about, again, modern-day blacks who are fighting against the struggle, not the real blacks, which is where we came from. Because we're a dominant gene. Everything black, quote-unquote, like real black, like African black, those are all dominant genes. Recessive genes, those are the white, blonde hair, blue eyes. These are recessive genes. Recessive is weak. Dominant is strong. The strongest gene, you can't get white from, you can't get black from white, but you can get white from black. Right. So we're the original race. So to me, what I subscribe to, for blackness is Egyptians, kings, powerful, smart people. We created irrigation systems. We created the first seasons for fashion. Like, I think of that level of black people. So people try to, what the modern day people out black me with their struggle, that's not blackness to me, that's class.
Okay.
And they put you in the trap of, this is blackness. No, until we take that word out of our community saying this is blackness, it's not blackness. Because blackness is here. What that is, that's class, that's low class, because that's what they've been taught through the slave trade, which is just, and in the modern day prison system, what we have is just, it's just a current day slave system.
And can I piggyback off you, sister? And just to add off, piggyback off you, sister, and what you said as well, Kareem, stuff like hiking and nature and all those things, those are things that all of us as black people, we did before we were enslaved. And like just the elements and everything. And because we were brainwashed, brought to
That's a white people thing. Hiking is a white people thing.
Right,
But
it's like
they can't even take the sun. They
right,
can't even walk up the fucking hill at
right,
weekend.
No, can't take no sun.
We had and we had
That's
exactly.
a black people thing.
Right, because our melanin, our pigmentation can adapt to the sun.
Our muscle structure, we can fucking walk. That's why the slaves could do that. Like, that's some bullshit. That's a white thing.
That makes us sound crazy.
And we were indigenous people spiritual, dealing with earth, fire, water, air, elements, alchemists and stuff. So it's like all these things with first nature. It's the past 400 something years when we came to America. So like it's in our subconscious, but then a lot of us are asleep. We're asleep. We're not awakened. And then some of us are awakened, so we know it's like, yo, like this is deja vu. Our ancestors are with us and everything. We're not awake.
And a lot of the comparison in blackness comes from the force, like psychological force to compare ourselves in slavery. It was a constant comparison. Is that your experience is different because you were lighter. My experience is different because I am darker. But in fact, both of our experiences are enslavement.
Well, they want to get you fighting.
Of course, they want us to be fighting within ourselves, but that's a psychological thing. So then it comes to freedom. Put the freedom in quotes. No longer in chains, but we're still in chains. So they fast forward to where we are today, and it's no longer, and it's not always so much of experience and complexion, even though that is still the out-blacking of each other. Is that because I'm dark-skinned, my experience is worse than yours, when in fact it's just different. They are both terrible experiences all the time, but one different than the other. But mine is worse than yours because I'm dark-skinned, and yours is different because of this, and yours is different because of this. When in actuality, we all have terrible experiences as long as white people are allowed to be in power.
So Shane, before we go to the last part of it, how about you? Has anyone ever tried to out-black you?
They don't really ask me. Why would you even ask me that question?
But I mean, the thing is,
I don't think that, like you said, I wasn't in that. I mean, I grew up middle class, and it wasn't like, you know, I knew a lot of the game areas. Nobody out-blacked me because they already knew, like, my father is from LA, all my people's from LA, and when I lived in one of those kind of like. You know, they knew that we.
He's like a thug. He's like a little thug.
We was a black family. Like, even though I was middle class, I knew everybody.
People knew not to mess with.
They knew not to mess with me or mess with the family.
Right.
Not just me. It's just the family. The families, they know that they got problems. You know, from what? Because they, you know, it's a problem. It's a problem. I have two older sisters, and I'm the youngest.
Really? Okay. Yeah, you're the youngest. It's like, man.
Yeah, I'm the
youngest, so I know.
So all my cousins, everybody, like, they already know.
Okay, so last subject is last subject, folks. Okay, sorry, let's be picking out. Last subject, okay. Thanks,